He was the golden voice behind Journey's most iconic hits, the soaring high notes of Open Arms, the emotional gravity of Faithfully, and the stadium-sized power of Don't Stop Believin'. Steve Perry wasn't just a singer, he was the voice of an era. But behind that legendary sound was a man haunted by perfectionism, pride, and a long list of grudges. From explosive backstage confrontations to studio meltdowns, Perry's feuds weren't just gossip. They were wars that reshaped his music and career forever.
And then I think my voice was also suffering. I think everything started to suffer for me.
Today on Rock Fame Diaries, we're revealing the 6 musicians Steve Perry couldn't stand, and how those rivalries fueled some of the most dramatic moments in rock history. Number 1. Neal Schon. The Betrayal from Within. Before we talk outside enemies, let's start with the most heartbreaking feud, Steve Perry vs. Journey's own lead guitarist, Neal Schon. Their creative partnership launched multi-platinum albums, but behind the scenes, it became a bitter power struggle. Perry saw himself as the emotional heart of Journey's sound. Schon believed the band should be a democracy, not a dictatorship. In the studio, fights erupted over solos, arrangements, and control. During the trial by fire sessions in the mid-90s, their arguments turned toxic. Producer Kevin Shirley recalled Perry accusing Schon of ego-driven shredding, while Schon countered by calling Perry a control freak. The deeper the conflict, the more withdrawn Perry became. Eventually, he left Journey, abandoning the band, the fans, and the music he loved, all because he couldn't coexist with his longtime collaborator. This wasn't just a professional split. It was personal. And it nearly ended Perry's career for good. Number 2. Kevin Cronin. The battle for ballad supremacy. Kevin Cronin of REO Speedwagon was never openly hostile toward Perry. But that didn't stop Perry from seeing him as his fiercest vocal rival. Their war wasn't waged with insults, it was fought on the radio. During the early 80s, Can't Fight This Feeling and Open Arms went head-to-head in the power ballad wars. Perry took it personally. He scrutinized Cronin's technique, calling him an amateur who mistakes sincerity for skill. Sound engineers say Perry would time his vocal warm-ups during Rio's sound checks, just to outshine Cronin within earshot. Concert promoters witnessed Perry refusing to even speak to Cronin backstage. This rivalry pushed Perry to his vocal limit, crafting the perfection we still hear in Journey's biggest hits. Ironically, his obsession with Cronin's voice helped define his own. Number 3. Don Henley. The clash of artistic control. Don Henley of the Eagles wasn't a rival on stage, he was a rival in principle. Henley symbolized everything Perry wanted: commercial success and creative control. But when the two met at a record label gathering in 1980, things went downhill fast. Henley reportedly dismissed Journey as corporate rock, calling Perry a great voice trapped in a machine. Perry fired back, accusing Henley of being a hypocrite hiding behind pretentious lyrics. The feud escalated as Henley took shots at arena rock bands in the press, to which Perry responded with scathing interviews. This rivalry pushed Perry to evolve Journey's sound. He started pushing for deeper lyrics and more layered arrangements, especially on Frontiers and Raised on Radio, to prove Journey wasn't just a hit machine, but an artistic force. But the pressure also weighed heavily on Perry, sowing the seeds of his eventual burnout. Number 4. Sammy Hagar. The voice comparison that went too far. Steve Perry and Sammy Hagar were both arena titans. But when critics started comparing their voices, things got personal. In 1984, Perry dismissed Hagar in Rolling Stone, calling him a manufactured rocker who mistakes volume for emotion. That jab set off a full-blown rivalry. When Hagar's Why Can't This Be Love charted alongside Journey's Be Good to Yourself, Perry reportedly monitored Hagar's radio play like a man possessed. Hagar fired back through the press, saying Perry cared more about pitch than soul. Insiders say Perry altered his own vocal style during Raised on Radio to add grit just to prove he could match Hagar's edge. Their war of words didn't stop the hits, but it forever changed how Perry approached performance. Number 5. Lou Gramm. The Duel of the Power Voices. If anyone could match Steve Perry's range, it was Lou Gramm of Foreigner. And Perry knew it. They were nearly brought together for a supergroup project in 1982, but it collapsed immediately due to creative incompatibility. Perry accused Gramm of over-singing like he's auditioning for Broadway. Gramm fired back, saying Perry measured every breath, sacrificing emotion for perfection. When I Want to Know What Love Is rivaled Open Arms for airplay, Perry took it personally. He reportedly called radio stations questioning why Foreigner was getting more spins. The rivalry may have been bitter, but it pushed Perry to innovate. He began layering harmonies and using complex vocal arrangements, expanding Journey's sound in response to the competition. Number 6. David Lee Roth. Emotion vs. Spectacle. David Lee Roth was Perry's polar opposite. While Perry poured raw feeling into his vocals, Roth turned concerts into carnivals of ego and acrobatics. Their feud exploded backstage at the 1983 U.S. festival. Roth reportedly mocked ballad singers, saying real frontmen command the stage, not cry on it. Perry snapped back, real artists don't need costumes to connect. Following that encounter, Perry amped up his own stage presence, adding movement and intensity to Journey's Frontiers tour. But the philosophical divide between them never healed. Roth saw Perry's music as elevator rock, while Perry saw Roth as empty showbiz. Their clash came to represent the substance versus spectacle battle that defined 1980s rock. Steve Perry didn't just chase vocal perfection. He battled everyone who challenged his place at the top. These rivalries weren't about petty drama, they were battles that shaped the music we still love today. Every feud, every insult, every obsession, pushed Perry to sing harder, write deeper, and fight longer than anyone else. And maybe that's what made him the voice of his generation. Which rivalry shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more untold rock stories. This is Rock Fame Diaries, where legends come to life. God bless.